What's happening, guys? Just wanted to make a quick little video. I had a couple people ask me to do a comparison between the 4N001 and the 4N that Nuno gave me, and here they are. The one that Nuno gave me is obviously the one on the left, and the 001 is on the right. And I just wanted to make this video. I was not planning on keeping this 001. This was kind of more of a project and was something I was planning on reselling. I put it on Reverb, and a good friend of mine who's also a really big collector of these things hit me up and said, take that thing off of Reverb. I will gladly pay you what you're asking for it. So it's going out to its new home later this week, and I'm really grateful that my friend wants it. I'll be honest with you, I kind of been dragging my feet on getting together with him on the money side of it, because I really wasn't sure if I wanted to part with it. But I have this one, and you really don't need more than one of these things any given time. They're both excellent guitars. As far as the difference, you can drastically tell the finish difference between these. This one has more of the old school Davies type feel to the wood, as far as the way that it's sanded down and really super smooth and really super clean. This guitar over here is, from the newer factory. Both of them are from the newer factory in Ohio, but this one has a kind of a rough finish to it. It's not very polished, if you know what I mean. And that's because it was supposed to be made extra dirty and extra relict. And yes, this was a new guitar that Nuno asked them to make for him, and then it was shipped to me. I've never claimed that Nuno played this guitar, so I don't know why anybody would make any drama about that. But this guitar is a new guitar. He asked them to make it for him. So you can imagine the quality of this guitar. And then it was shipped to me. And this guitar is just super relict, super killer. The only thing I really don't dig about it is the bridge pickup on it is a little bit weaker than your typical Bill Lawrence. It's a little weaker than the one that's in this one. This pickup in this guitar is killer. And this guitar is flawless as well. This is the one they were sending to NAMM. It's the first one. It's the first one that Nuno was going to hold in his hands at NAMM. So it has just got a flawless fret job and just plays like butter. And it's killer. It's got a really hot pickup in it. If I had to guess, this was probably 16K. This was probably 13 or 14K. I'm thinking about putting a Bill and Becky XL in the bridge of this guitar, just because I think I would dig that a little bit better. This one is kind of weak and a little twangy, if you know what I mean. So as far as anything else goes, this one's got a little bit darker piece of ebony on the fretboard. This one's got some color to it. They are both pretty much identical. Like I said previously in the other video, this one is a little bit lighter than this one. You can tell there's a wood difference there. Let's go ahead and flip them over here. Of course, this one's got what I like to call the super relic job on it. When they first started building these, they just had that rub mark there. This one's got the rub mark all the way across the back, and they started putting the tape mark on the back of them, which is supposed to kind of represent the tape that Nuno uses. So, and you can tell this one's got like a little scratch inside there. Really dirty. As far as the neck goes, they're pretty identical. This one's got a little bit more flamed piece of wood to it. It's your typical bird's eye maple. This one's got more of a dotted bird's eye maple to it. Both of them look super cool. There's the serial number 001. And they're really, really super awesome. Even the neck and the back of the headstock on this one is not as finished as that. And you can tell just by the color that this one's got a little bit more shine, a little bit more gloss to it. These things are treated with gel polyurethane. They basically wipe them on and wipe them off. They just wipe it on, wipe it off real quick. They don't let it sit there and dry, and it just gives it that little bit of a seal to it. They both have the same, control cavities. All that stuff's the same. This one's got a little bit more chunk in the neck right there. The main thing you see on these is the cowboy cords area up here. The top of the neck is a lot thinner than your typical N4. But other than that, I mean, they're pretty much identical. Some of these N4s, for some odd reason, have a little bit deeper pickup cavity, so you can lower the pickup a little bit more, so you can lower the action more on them. This one just lines up perfect. It doesn't need any kind of adjustment as far as the height goes. The breech pickup is actually lowered as far as it will go, and the string height and everything just lines up perfect with it. That gives you an idea of how precise these things are. The guy that builds these in Ohio these days just does a phenomenal job. And just wanted to share this with everybody. This is going to be my main N4 for now on. And like I said, I might be putting a different pickup in it. I'm playing some Charvels these days as far as like in my original metal project that I'm working on. This one is going to go out to a good friend of mine. And I really appreciate the guy if he sees this video. Thank you so much, bro. And I'm going to get this packaged up probably tonight. But like I said, he paid me exactly what I wanted for it. I can't complain at all. It's a killer guitar. It's the first one ever made, and it's just an awesome 4N. But as far as the differences go, I mean, most of it's cosmetic. The wood's a little different. Everything else is pretty much exactly the same. Like I said, this one's got kind of a rougher matte finish to it. You can just hear and feel how it's not as sanded down as this guitar. But this is the guitar that was hanging on the wall at NAMM 2019 where they introduced this guitar, and it's just an awesome, beautiful guitar. If you go on YouTube, you can search NAMM 2019 Washburn, and you'll see several videos with this guitar in it. And like I said, originally bought this guitar, with the idea of, cleaning it up and possibly selling it. Didn't know if I was going to keep it or sell it. But I've got a friend of mine that really wants this guitar, and he is going to be so stoked when he gets it. But that's basically the comparison. There's not really much difference between the two. I do prefer the 4N now versus the Authentic. Like I said in the other video, I sent my Authentic back, even though I'm not too super crazy about this nut, this Kaler nut they put on these things. The other thing that's kind of odd is this thing is supposed to be based on a 91 Davies that Nuno bought from a fan. But, there's some things about it that are similar. I guess the string angle and the actual size of the neck and the neck contour. But, they don't tell everybody that this has a more modern fingerboard on it. It doesn't have that old school Fender 10-inch radius neck like a Davies normally has. So it's not really the same thing, if you know what I mean. You're playing, I think these are 14-inch fretboard radiuses versus a 10. So, it's more of a modern feel to it than, an old school, old Stratocaster feel. Because if you got an old Davies, they have a very rounded fretboard. It's like a 10-inch radius. I think we measured the one that I sold to Nuno, and it was even a little bit less than that. So that's a difference between the one that Nuno plays and one of these. They're not identical. The one he's got still has the Kaler Steeler tremolo on it. The one that I sold him still has the Kaler Steeler on it. These have Floyd's Like I said, they're a 14-inch radius versus the 10-inch radius on the Davies. But just wanted to share that little tidbit of information. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. And here's one last look at these two guys together here. We will see you next time.